Let's see if this unfit sack of custard can do his longest ride of the year. Let's go. My plan today is to do a ride that's going to be as close to 40 kilometers as I can manage, and that indeed will be my longest ride to date this year. Now, I did have a route already planned out, but my lovely other half came along and said, oh no, I need you to do this, that and the other, and I now have to change my plans and meet her in a place called Petersfield. So got plenty of time to get there. I just hope the route there is going to be 40 kilometers or so. If not, I'll have to extend it somehow. It seems that it's not just my other half that has plans for me. It seems that the universe has as well. So as you can see, the road's closed, but I'm going to push on because usually you can get through on a bike. Let's see. I've just had a thought. This road is notoriously bad for flooding, so that could possibly be the reason why it's closed. If it is, well, I may have no choice but to go back. Hopefully that's the extent of the flooding. I'm turning right just up here, so I should avoid it altogether if it gets worse. That is somewhat annoying because that's where I need to go, and that's where it looks like it's the deepest, just that very short little bit. Do I brave it? Got my half decent shoes on as well. They're going to get mucky if I do. Okay, let's do this. Get the bike in a nice lowish gear so that I can pedal out if I get into trouble. Okay, let's be brave. I think this is the shallowest part through here. Let's do it nice and slow, nice and easy. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. There we go, done. The route today is a little harder than I would have liked. I've got to go up Bevis's Thumb and up Harting Hill, and although they're kind of a couple of my favourite climbs, they're a little more than I wanted really, but it's all good climbing, all good training, and I do need some of that at the moment. Well, there's Bevis's Thumb just appeared on the cruise climb page. It's been a while since I've done this. 2.5 kilometers at about 4 or 5%. It's going to be interesting. That's Bevis's Thumb done, and today's first big climb wasn't too bad actually. Ticked up there at a reasonable pace, obviously not as fast as I would have liked, but yeah, fitness has got to come back, hasn't it? Just remembered the last time I went up there was about 2 months ago on an e-bike, and it wasn't any easier, it was just a lot quicker. Second main climb of the day, Harting Hill, and something a bit different. My Strava Live segment's kicked in, but there's no way in hell I'm going to compete with that today. That's Harting Hill done, and the tough part of today's ride. And normally what I would do, I would stop here, turn around and just double back on myself. But today I'm going to descend the other side of the hill into the village of Harting, and that's actually a very scary descent. And then it's a few lumps and bumps to Petersfield, and I think unfortunately when I get to Petersfield, that's only about another 10k or so, I'll be about 15k short of my 40 kilometer target. So let's see what time it is and what routes I can do once I get there. Okay, this is a very, very scary descent for me. 20% here. It's the only hill I've to this day never been able to ride up. Taking my foot out the pedal here to go down it. God, it's scary. Taking it very, very easy. As ever, when I'm riding this gravel bike, my strategy is just to let the bike kind of pedal itself the speed that it wants to go. And I know that sounds a little bit odd, but yeah, that's just how it feels to me. The bike wants to pedal at a certain speed, and all I have to do is sit on it, put my feet on the pedals and do it. One of the little mental tricks that I use to fool myself when I'm on the gravel bike is that I'm riding an e-bike. This is actually just a normal muscle bike, but if I think or try and tell myself that it's actually an e-bike and there's a little motor turning the pedals, it actually starts to feel a bit easier. Strange. That's Petersfield, and it's even fewer kilometers than I thought. According to the Karoo, it's only 23 kilometers from home, so I've got a choice. I can either ride up Stoner Hill or I can go out to Berriton again and come back in. Both are going to be climbs, but the Stoner Hill climb is pretty tough, so I think I'm going to play it safe and cycle up to Berriton and come back into town. That should put another 6k on the clock. I think it's not going to get me up to the 40, but it's a really cold day today as well, so I'm not overly keen on riding for too much longer anyway. Welcome to Berriton. Nice little picturesque village. A couple of pubs, but not much else here. So I'm going to turn around and go back to Petersfield, and that will put me on about 30 kilometers. So yeah, well short of today's target. Welcome to the centre of Petersfield, where I'll end my ride today. That's 32 kilometres and 327 metres of climbing in the Bank of Fitness, and I don't actually feel too bad. I can feel it mainly in my legs. My cardiovascular system's fine, but it's mainly the cold that's affecting me today. So yeah, roll on the nice weather and hopefully do some longer rides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.